Good afternoon, Eman, and today I have here with me Mr. Elias Hadjikamis, Brussels-based Cyberot. It's a senior European advisor on security and defense, also member to the International Institute for Strategic Study of London, UK. Currently he works for Union European. Today we will have a little conversation about mental health importance. You are welcome.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here. I would like to thank you for inviting me to your TV show and for giving me the opportunity to contribute to the discussion on this important topic.
How are you maintaining your mental health every day, being a very busy person with a lot of responsibilities?
Well, I think that there are two main things that contribute to that. First, what I do for myself, and the second is the conditions, the situation in my working environment. On the first, I've managed to have a routine, and when you have a routine, it helps you have less stress and less anxiety to have some more time for yourself. Have some habits like sleep better, eat healthier, be active, do some sports and so on. So I have this routine, I interact with people, I communicate with family, this helps a lot. I go out with friends. So this helps me maintaining my mental health. In my working environment, I mean, it's very good working environment, financial security, I mean, there are clear tasks, motivation, there is recognition of the work, professionals working with me. So I think this has also helped in maintaining my mental health. It's an environment at work where there are no, let's say, discrimination, there is no inequalities. So all this, I think, contributes to having a good mental health or have less risk to my mental health. So what I say often is that the personal life, the private life and the work life, it's like communicating vessels. I don't know if you're familiar with this term, I mean, in physics. I mean, if you have balance in one, most likely you're going to have balance in the other as well. While if you don't have balance in one, you don't have balance to the other. So I think at this stage, I have balance in both.
That's very interesting. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have another question. It's about, do you think we have to give much more attention to our mental health from childhood till adulthood?
Definitely. There is in my head there is a difference. While in the adulthood, we are responsible more or less to do what's needed for ourselves to maintain our mental health. So it's really important to do so. And if we cannot manage ourselves, we should seek for help. In our childhood, the difference is that somebody else has to do that for us. So either the family or guardians or parents, they should be doing that for the child. And they should not expose the child into difficult situations like fighting or anything that causes a drama. Okay, so my point is that definitely it's important to maintain a mental health from childhood to adulthood, but the main difference is that in adulthood we should be doing what's needed to maintain that, while in the childhood it's somebody else's responsibility. Normally it's somebody else's responsibility, okay? Because subconsciously in childhood some of these things, I mean, may have implications in the future. So that's what I believe is the situation.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with this. And do you think that many people, they are still ashamed or, I don't know, hiding not preferring to talk about mental health problems?
Well, shame is a strong word. It's a hard. It's a painful situation, which, for sure, sometimes leads to loneliness and depression. Shame comes from from how we perceived ourselves, or how do we think that others have the perception that others have for us. And this is really hard. I mean, there are people that think about it, and it's really negative. Okay, and I mean, when you face problems, or you feel like there's a problem with your mental health, you don't easily go out and you don't easily share with others, because you're gonna be thinking probably that you're gonna be mocked, or you're gonna be, I don't know, considered as a lunatic, or being a strange person. So yes, shame is really a situation where people need help to deal with. You need to improve your self-awareness. You need to identify the source of your shame, and to the extent that this is necessary, you need to seek for help.
Yeah, definitely, that's true. And they have to deal with this and stop thinking like someone will judge us for this. So I agree with this.
Yeah, we hide this. People tend to hide it because they don't want to be perceived as psychos.
Yeah.
Which is a normal situation. It could happen to anyone, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, just imagine where in particular moments in time. I mean, even in the recent past, like in the COVID situation. I mean, more people had issues. Okay. Yeah. Now, even with the situation in Ukraine, more people. This situation causes people. I mean, this is insecurity. Yeah. This fear may bring a lot of people in this situation. So, in these cases, you need to seek help. And also, what I would like to say is that if you identify that there is a problem with your mental health, or you think that you need to change something, this cannot happen overnight. First of all, you have to do it step by step. Set a goal, one goal, second goal, third goal. It doesn't happen overnight. The second thing is that you need to plan, okay? So you need to plan so that whatever you apply in your life, whatever changes you're making, to be consistent and coherent, okay? Not to change that tomorrow or the day after. So you need to plan, and this is really important. And I think from my experience, having seen people in the situation, I think that you need to reshape a little bit reshape your thinking. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you don't have to change completely your life when you identify that you have some issues. Step by step, plan your steps. Be consistent, be coherent, achieve little goals, and I think you're gonna manage.
Yeah, you mentioned about the Ukraine, and I am from Moldova, so I remember when this started, how affected me, because I have family there. So I'm still thinking about them. If something will get worse, what's gonna happen? And I'm always thinking about my mom, my sister, my brother, because I have a lot of members of family there. So another reason.
You're right. I mean, there is a tendency, I mean, in these shocks, when we have these shocks, the first thing we do is to look at the economy. But eventually there are implications also to the social well-being, okay? Mm-hmm. So I think that it's natural, under certain circumstances, people to find themselves in this situation. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are losing their job. I mean, financial insecurity is a big issue. Fear of unemployment, it's a problem.
Another one.
So I mean, these are. I think that under certain circumstances, people may need help, and they should seek help from friends, from family, or from experts.
Yeah, to ask before it's gonna be too late.
Yeah.
To start.
For sure.
Yeah. So, do you think the men are less subject to being affected of mental health disease?
No, I think it's the same. For all people, it's the same. What happens normally with men, I mean, since they are even when they are young boys, they learn not to, I mean, to tolerate pain and don't cry. Because crying is, let's say, a sign of weakness, and they believe that they should appear strong. So the chances are that they will not admit it, because that will be against the model and the culture that they grew up with. But I think that all people have the same chances in getting in this situation.
Yeah, there's no one that's secure of this. Has been my pleasure to have you here today, and thank you very much for accepting my invitation.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure for me as well.